They had some visa issues.
Yeah.
Luckily, we don't have any more issues on stage, as we're going to go ahead get into Games 1 draft against Chinese Taipei and Vietnam.
Yeah, interesting. So let's see if those bans do come out. As we see Chinese Taipei having the first ban. Yep, they banned Zenio. Zenio has been a very popular. They banned Zenio actually every time. Zenio, Flash, Superman are their most favorite bans they like to put out. And Vietnam's not doing a favor. They're like, you know what? You like banning Superman? I'll ban Superman for you.
No one's banned the Flash yet, so do remember that. But Vietnam, they're already saying, yeah, we're not even going to try and hide this Superman ban. We're on red side. We got to respect it. For Chinese Taipei, during their research, what did they maybe see worked well on Vietnam? What do they want to try and get rid of? You saw the Omen yesterday, the Kilgroth, and the Teamy 2-4 Polo. So there's a lot of options here to try and deny the strengths from Vietnam.
Yeah, Omen looks pretty good. Vietnam also played some Scud, and there's the Teamy going to be banned. You know, that's a very popular ban. With Teamy being banned, Vietnam definitely needs to ban Arum because those are their 2 tier S. And there we go. We talked about Flash. Hey, man, I mean, I think Vietnam's just going after the DC heroes. They're like, you know what, we don't want to see any DC heroes here.
Hey, on the 29th, they're like, we don't even want the free one. We don't want the free DC character. You guys can keep them. But now this really kind of forces Vietnam to be very limited in the pool because now Chinese Taipei have a lot of options because they've now been forced to ban away the Superman and also respect the Flash.
Yeah, let's see if Omen is going to come out here or potentially...
Wow.
Speaking of the devil, there's Omen and Arum. Vietnam, please ban Arum. If you do not ban Arum, you're going to give it over to Chinese Taipei, and that is very risky. And if Arum is banned, I think Alice, it could be a potential good pick, but I don't think they're going to first pick the Alice. They may go and opt for Lindis and just take her away because she's so strong and both teams play her really well.
Now, one ban I haven't seen here, the Lindis goes away on the side of Vietnam. That's going to be Arum
they're going to
up immediately. I didn't even get to mention, we haven't even talked about the Lubu for Yuzon.
Yes, Yuzon's Lubu is a beast. The best Lubu in the world, in my opinion. So I wonder if Vietnam's going to deny that because they probably want to take that away from him because he plays not a tanky Lubu, he plays a very high damage Lubu, building Mantle of Ra, Spirit of Long Genius. That's going to allow him to push towers and clear wave a lot faster. So they got to watch out for that. Malik is a solid pick. We saw how great Malik works, especially into tanky warriors like Lubu. So I think Malik is going to be a good pick here. They're going to take away the Crixie, okay.
Again, this meta has evolved and she's become one of the pretty much top picks when it comes to the mages. We weren't expecting it. The buffs really helped her up.
Just that build. She power spikes Jurassically once you finish Orb of Magi, Enchanted Kicks, and Boomstick. Once she gets that Boomstick,
she's literally
over 1,000 damage.
You're exploding the enemy team.
Yeah, Mischief literally will cause mischief against your team. Especially you're all bunched up too. That's a lot of AoE damage.
Especially because a lot of the fights we have been seeing have been around these Abyssal Dragons, around these Dark Slayers, and those are usually the game-ending fights. For Chinese Taipei, hovering the Liliana.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to do double mage. They've done double mage, and Ahri being picked out. See, so one thing about Ahri, guys, she was buffed in June, so her early game is a lot better. Her spin, that little shuriken she throws out that stuns in its path, actually got a bandit damage buff. It does significantly more damage now, and that makes her a little better with wave clear and damage in early game.
And for Neil, you don't look to dive into the fights right away. We've been seeing this work when it comes in to clean up the opposing team when they're running for a fight or looking for a re-engage. For Vietnam, though, what is their answer? Currently looking possibly towards a marksman in the form of the Violet.
Yeah, if Violet is being picked there, they have a heavy engage comp. So, Chognar being picked there. Interesting. So, honestly, Chinese Taipei, there's not a lot of CC that can protect Violet. They can just go straight Nakroth. They can do a dive comp because Liliana can dive. She can poke and then dive. And then, yep, they're going to pick Alice and sit. Nakroth is going to come out. Oh, my goodness. This is what they're known for. The Arum on the side lane on Wind. Alice on Benny. Benny is a monster on this hero. You got to watch his Sunshine. He predicted a Zephy's ultimate. I mean, how do you do that? This guy is just, he's so good at anticipating.
It's mind games. You're reading the enemy team that well. And if you're Chinese Taipei, this first game, the draft is looking very scary for Vietnam. What is going to be the final answer? What do you want to try and lock on in here? Because there's still a couple question marks in
Scud,
the
potentially. They may do Scud and do support Chognar, maybe, if they want to do silent. Or they may pick a support, potentially. But it's going to be interesting what support they can pick. Lumber, I don't know, but you know, they may support Char, and that's a little risky playing support. They need someone to protect the Violet here. They need... Oh, they're going to side lane the Tara instead. Okay.
That's a possibility.
Not a lot of CC again. There's not a lot of CC. Like, Crixie and Violet are going to be very... They're in trouble. I think Chognar doesn't CC anybody. Tara doesn't really have any CC. Malik only has his Shock Ultimate. Crixie is not mobile, so she's going to be in big trouble. She has Ahri to worry about. She has Liliana, who's like an assassin-ish mage. She has Nakroth. Like, Ahri and Nakroth can just dance all over the map and get onto Crixie. Crixie's in big trouble right now. She's very vulnerable.
I'm kind of wondering here, because we talk about Bronze 5 having to be kind of the highlight for his team. He has to perform well for Vietnam to succeed. We have seen from Korea, Sun loves to play the Tara in the split lane and cause havoc. Maybe Bronze 5 has thought about this. Maybe he's trying to replicate it. But like you mentioned, it doesn't feel like there's enough protection here for the carries.
Yeah, Ahri has gap closers. She has 2 gap closers, right? She has the Shadow and her ultimate, or Shadow. She can get in there and use it 3 times. Nakroth has 2 gap closers. He can just easily get onto Crixie. So this entire game is going to depend on how they're going to play around and protect the Crixie here, because she's looking super tasty. Because as a mage, the reason why she wasn't played before her buff is she is not mobile. She's not like a Liliana. She's not like a 2-lane. They can just jump around. That's why she's not played, because she doesn't have any escape abilities.
And it's a little bit scary, because if that Aram gets close enough to one of your carries, you just get locked down. You can't peel them off at that point. The more damage you do to the Aram, it's just going to get transferred to your carry. So honestly, they have to keep their distance. They have to play safe. And the issue with Vietnam that we saw during the boot camp is if they play safe, they turtle. We barely ever see them look to play aggressive, look to push outside of their jungle, and honestly, they just get collapsed upon, and they just don't even have a flicker of hope half the time.
I call it the slow death, when the waves are being pushed, and they don't know how to, you know, push out a wave, cut waves, and stuff like that. So let's see how Vietnam is going to perform with this composition against Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, Chinese Taipei on your blue side, Vietnam on the red, as we get set for Game 1 of the Group B matchup for Day 2 at the Arena of Valor World Cup group stage. Yamate already getting a little bit of damage coming out toward his end. This is a bit concerning for Vietnam, because they haven't been able to really try and push out. They're getting invaded upon. Polo's going to come on over. Chinese Taipei are able to push them back, but still not able to find success yet.
Yeah, Neo's able to steal that red buff. Okay, Ahri is really good at it, because one thing about Ahri is she wants to run around your jungle and steal everything. She's so mobile as a ninja. She wants to just jump around and steal everything. And the thing about the lane matchup here, wins, Aram beats Malik. Aram counters
Simple enough.
And like, that's a really tough matchup for Yamate here.
Oh, Benny's also coming on over. The collapse is here for Chinese Taipei, but the kite is coming on through from TF. Wins doesn't have that much mana, but Star on the Liliana is able to provide support, looking to bring them back. Yamate gonna get stunned up. Now Blake has finally rotated over, but he's gonna get knocked up. The damage is there, has to flicker over the wall. Neil won't be able to secure the kill. Nobody falling just yet.
Wow, what a nice Nature's Wrath there. Blake 1, you just saved your own life with that Nature's Wrath on top of yourself, so nice counter. But you see how easy it is for Neil to just get onto Crixie. So that's something they need to really consider. But you also look at wins. He's not afraid of Malik. He's not afraid of Yamate. Look, he's just going to push the wave and out-push and out-pressure the Malik here. And as a result, they're going to have complete dragon control. Chinese Taipei is going to take the dragon, and they're going to snowball this, because that's what you want to do with an assassin composition.
Yeah, Abyssal now going to join. You see 4 members around this pit. And Vietnam actually all walked up toward the Spirit Sentinel, so they're just going to give this one over and let Chinese Taipei start off on the strong foot, taking down the Abyssal Dragon at 2 minutes.
Yeah, and that's really ballsy for Yuzon here. He's playing so aggressive, and wow, look, he uses his Ryu ultimate, and look how low he's getting TF.
TF going to fall on down. The shield was there, but it's going to be First Blood going on to Yuzon, and we talked about Chinese Taipei. If Yuzon's able to get rolling, he will just run away with the game.
Yeah, that was a 2 versus 1, but he uses Execute at the right moment, landed his ultimate, gave him that Baron. Look at this.
You can't get caught out like that. That's going to be a kill going on to Star. 2 members of Chinese Taipei where you do not want gold being put upon. Let's take another look, though, of how Yuzon was able to pick this up.
Yeah, what a beautiful Ryu ultimate. He gets it onto Violet, stuns her, gets the barrier, and allows him to live long enough to get that kill, uses the Execute and gets out. But then look at the rotation, right? Chinese Taipei took the Abyssal Dragon. Look at level 5 in Neo, level 5 in Wins now, level 5 in they are ahead of levels and they know they have the advantage and they're putting so much pressure. Vietnam has to respond and play a little more carefully now.
And Benny on this Alice is a little bit of a monster, like you mentioned. When Polo is stuck onto this pick, I often find he isn't able to make the impact he needs to make during the game, especially early on, to help get his lanes going.
Yeah, one thing that I would love to see Bronze 5 do is Tara can outpush the Ahri, because Tara has that sustain, has a lot of wave clear with that whirlwind. So you want to outpush the Ahri and basically put pressure against Tower, which is exactly what he's doing. So you don't allow Ahri to run around your jungle and steal stuff. But you got to be careful face checking bushes like that, because she can just poke you like exactly like
Blake, the damage coming on down. The Hissing Fit is so close to finishing him off. Is able to escape with his life. Polo comes on over to the side, but he's just looking to clear out the wave. Chinese Taipei looking to already apply pressure toward this midsection of the map. Meanwhile, Yamate is caught out toward the bottom half of the map. Neil's also there. Stun's going to land on through. Star's going to jump right on top of him. The heal is used to help protect Yamate, but you can still see Chinese Taipei are pushing on forward. Polo has to be a bit careful. A fight breaking out just for the Sage Golem. Wins is going to lock down Polo, but that's just used to disengage, because guess what? Abyssal Dragon now on the table.
Yeah, no one follow up on that snare, but you see Benny, like you talked about, Oppo. Benny and his Sunshine stuns combined with Liana's Binding Light, that is really scary. That's a double stun. So you gotta be careful watching Benny and Star play together, because they are so dominant in mid lane. And when you have mid map control, that allows you to invade jungle, to take Abyssal Dragon, put pressure on the side lane. Getting mid map control is absolutely important to dominating and giving you options to invade jungle or rotate to Abyssal Dragon.
Well, looks like we got ourselves a little bit of a pause here, so we're going to have hopefully check that out, see what's the issue. Maybe a player can't hear each other, or maybe something happened in game. That's the worst case scenario, so I always hope nothing goes wrong there, because remakes are not fun. But for that, so far, what have you been liking from Chinese Taipei?
Yeah, I love, again, they have such good objective control, right? They dominated, they won the lane matchups first off. The way that Wins was playing, he knew that as ARM, I'm stronger than Malik, so I'm going to push the Malik out of lane and basically push it to his tower. That gives me dragon control, and then they did a 3-man rotation. It's how the map movements are and how they postured, and they took the dragon and it immediately invaded, because they got all level 4. Once you get Abyssal Dragon at the 2-minute mark, you get level 4, you invade, and that's why they were able to convert, steal the jungle away, and get that 1k gold lead.
And it's just the momentum that we see in coming off kills like this, as we're going to go ahead and take a look back while we're still in the pause here. Polo getting caught out.
Yeah, and look, like I said, Star and Alice, Star and Benny, those combo stun is so deadly. They have to be careful with the range of the Binding Light, and Alice can just follow up with her Sunshine to get that stun as well. So they gotta be careful with how Benny and Star play together, because that's really scary. I mean, Chinese Taipei, they just understand their comp and how they can combo together, and that's one thing that makes this team really shine.
And so the main reason why this team is just so experienced. They're able to work together around these objectives, especially early on, even during those chaotic fights. It feels like they're already cemented together, and maybe Vietnam, they're going to have some issues with that.
Yeah, and this team has a reputation to live up to, because Chinese Taipei is J-Team, where they dominated in the GCS Garena Championship Series in Chinese Taipei, and that's why they're here to represent as the #1 team from Chinese Taipei. So they have a lot to live up to, and they are certainly living up to that reputation.
Now for Vietnam, though, we have been watching them play. They do have a good understanding of what to do around the map, but it feels like they just don't know how to execute well. That's kind of what me and TJ saw yesterday, especially. When you're looking at this, what is their game plan? How do they try and get themselves back into this game? How do they try and get the map control back?
Yeah, the key is when you lose jungle and you lose or invade jungle, the jungle respawns in 90 seconds, okay? So when it respawns, you have to make sure that you push out your waves when your jungle is about to respawn. You don't die in side lane, don't get ganked, and then you quickly 3-man rotate through your jungle so you deny the enemy team, because a good team is going to show up again when your jungle respawn and invade again. So you have to stop that.
Well,
Yeah.
we're going to have to go see. It looks like I'm hearing that we're going to be going back into the game.
Yes.
So no more waiting around. I'm loving it. I want to get back into the action. You know, it's World Cup.
Maybe they paused because they needed to hear some tips from us, you know?
Hey!
How to play behind, you know, how to protect your jungle.
I don't actually think they get monitors in the studio, so I don't know how helpful that would be for them. But we're back into game one. You can see Chinese Taipei starting off the Abyssal Dragon for the second time.
And the second point I want to make is you understand the timers, right? Understand that your jungle respawns at 90 seconds. Understand when Abyssal Dragon's going to respawn. You know the team that's ahead is going to rush the dragon, trade, pressure top lane, pressure something and try to get a trade.
Yuzon's just getting the Spirit Sentinel.
Yeah. I mean, they cannot give objectives up like this. They're going to continue to lose and fall behind further and further. So Vietnam has to do something here.
Actually, the chase is coming up here toward the top side of the map. Bronze 5 has to be a little bit careful because he has an Alice and a Liliana waiting in the wings for him just to overstep like that. Has decided that his fate might be sealed. Goes back into the lane. Blake is over here to help clear out the wave. He also got Polo coming up for the support, but looks like Chinese Taipei are not going to go for the dive.
Yeah, that was a nice dodge of the Alice hissy fit there. Bronze doing a good job, but that stun, that Sunshine stun falling onto him, and then the Reiki shot like landing on him from Liliana. That's huge. And look at this aggressive. Again, I said Yuzon. He will punish you if you make a mistake against him, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Bronze 5, he doesn't have to play that far forward. This is a little bit concerning now because you lose out in that 1v1 against Yuzon. The tower's just going to get shredded. The rest of the team is now pressuring toward the bot side of the map. Once again, Chinese Taipei sitting at now almost a 3,000 gold lead.
Yeah, like you said, we mentioned it. It's the Bronze 5 versus Yuzon matchup. That will decide how this entire game is going to play out. And look at how it's playing out. Yuzon is just dominating and taking control. He's taking it. That's exactly what you want to do as Ori. That's why Ori is being played a lot now because she's so mobile, she can clear so fast, and she's just a pain to deal with.
Neil just jumping on top of TF, though, by the Might Golem spawn. That is going to force Vietnam to have to play safe toward the top side of the map, but meanwhile, Spirit Sentinel is going to get taken down, and once again, Abyssal Dragon in 10 seconds.
Yeah, and Chinese Taipei is not holding back. They're going all out. Look how efficient their farming is.
Wins doesn't even care.
Yeah, he
Poor
doesn't.
Yamate.
Yeah, and Yuzon is just farming like crazy. Look at Star getting a kill on Blake. Again, it's the Benny and Star combo, man. It's insane.
Blake, it's looking a little bleak so far in this game. 4-1 the kill total. And now the jungle pressure coming out from Chinese Taipei. They can look to start arming themselves for this Abyssal Dragon. Polo's got to be careful. He can't get caught out. Benny comes around from the side, is able to land the stun. Not a whole lot of damage, though, you can get him onto him just yet.
Yeah, and look at Wins cutting the lane like that. And now he's going to rotate. He can potentially get a snare behind under tower. That's me devastating. They need to get out. But it looks like he's not going to try to go for there.
That's the power of that Aram, is that AoE that you can just lay on down as the disengage. You got those 3 beasts up. You just got to run away from that, especially in a choke point. You can see Chinese Taipei arming themselves, pick up the Sage Golem, and are able to steal away the jungle, and maybe are looking to catch out Yamate because he is locked down. He's going to get knocked up. Doesn't even have an opportunity to use his ultimate. Going to go back in for the re-engage. Polo, what are you doing? You're just taking damage. He might be able to save Yamate's life, but look how much was burned for that. Meanwhile, up in top lane, you just got Yuzon pressuring Bronze 5.
Yeah, Yuzon just winning and dominating top lane. But while Yamate, I was surprised that he used the heal at the right time. He got the bears landed, but Blake, oh my goodness, Crixie, unfortunate. They give the tower over, and that's going to be a free dragon here.
We talked about it. Where is the protection for Blake? Where's the protection for TF? Because he's getting picked off in the mid lane, 6-1 for Chinese Taipei, and make it a third Abyssal Dragon. Vietnam, they got to slow down the game.
Yeah, they need to get Blake fed. I mean, Blake is dying so many times, and Crixie needs to get those 3 items. Like we talked, needs to finish that over Magi, that enchanted kicks, and then get that boomstick, and then she can be a huge threat. But if she doesn't get there and she keeps getting picked out, that's gonna be rough.
Well, Spirit Sentinel gonna go on down, but let's take a look again. What just happened down toward Yamate?
Yeah, they snare, but Yamate is doing such good. He's landing on so many here. Look at the amount of berries getting. Activates the heal, lands a great ultimate. You see Chognar, Polo also using the heal as well, and it's so surprising to see him live through that. That was insane. And you can see how durable Malik is and why he's banned in pick so often.
Yeah, but he can't be that durable if he keeps getting isolated toward this bot lane. Hissy Fit coming on down. living with just a sliver of health. The shields are keeping Yamate alive. How is he surviving? Moonfall coming on down from Blake. Meanwhile, TF is taking the Sage Golem. It just feels like the communication between Vietnam is not where it needs to be because Neil now isolates TF. He's forced to get over the wall. Chinese Taipei are just dominating the bot side of the map.
Yeah, the Demon Lord Malik just doesn't die. And look at the items here. Crixie, you see it. She only has 2 tier 3 items. Doesn't have Boomstick. And look at Leona, so ahead.
Neil's able to escape quite easily there and forces Yamate to have to use his ultimate. The rest, though, of Chinese Taipei rotate back on over toward this mid lane tower. They want to try and get the pressure up, though, in top lane. You got to give it to Bronze 5. He's able to actually go for the 1v1 against Yusan, and Blake is able to pick up a kill onto Benny.
Yeah, and I love the build that Yusan's been. He has Cursed Death. That counters Tara's regeneration. That ultimate's not going to be as effective because Cursed Death limits regeneration. So really smart build, counter building by Yusan there on this Ahri. He is so fed along with Neo, level 14 and 13 respectively. They are looking really good to take this game away as an assassin composition.
Well, you still have that Tara, though, up toward the top side, looking to exert pressure, is still confident going into the matchup. And actually another catch here is coming out onto Star. Yamate just gonna dive underneath tower. Blake goes on through as well. Yusan joins in on the fight. Polo's over there to the side. A successful dive for Vietnam.
Yeah, that is a huge play for Blake there, getting that kill onto Star. He used the flicker, but they're still able to counter the flicker and able to get and land that mischief.
Chinese Taipei going in again once around that Sage Golem, but Neil going down extremely low, gets the shield from Benny to keep himself alive, and Yusan comes on in, picks up the tower in mid lane. They finally crack open the midsection of the map. Can Vietnam try and answer? Wins gets knocked up, still pretty healthy himself. Vietnam, they can't find a kill.
Yeah, this is their time to shine though. Blake should finish the Boomstick about just now. And it's coming soon here. Yep, he's going to finish the Boomstick. And when that Boomstick is finished, Crixie's going to come right in line. But look at Bronze 5. He's pretty fed. He's farmed up. He's pretty tanky, so he's got to be the front line. They have 2 nice front lines. So if Vietnam can just bait all the damage onto Yamate and Bronze 5 and keep Crixie and TF alive, Vietnam can win a fight if Chinese Taipei, you know, tries to focus the tanks there.
Let's see this. Vietnam, they don't have any control toward the top side of the map, and this is a free Dark Slayer at 12 minutes for Chinese Taipei. What is the plan now? Where do you go with this buff?
You gotta just protect tower. If you notice a 4-man rotation, send 3 people over there at least to protect that tower. Clear out the waves. Crixie's gonna be fantastic at clearing out the wave. Make sure that flicker is up. Be careful because they want to dive right onto her and CC her. But Malik has the shock ultimate. Chognar has his Chaos Protection. He also got a buff. That Chaos Protection gives you 1 full second of anti-CC. So you cannot get CC for a full second. So he can actually, Polo can save Crixie in a lot of situations.
And that's going to be the 4th Abyssal Dragon taken by Chinese Taipei. Look at the objective graph at the top of your screen. That's 4-1 and 4. And Vietnam, they have a clean slate of 0. It has to change at some point if they want to try and fight their way back into this game because there is absolutely no map control coming out for them. And Chinese Taipei are dominating it. Bronze 5 seems to be the glimmer of hope for them, but he's up in top lane. He's even running for his life, and the pressure is starting to come on through.
Yeah, Neo just so fed. He literally just like 3 auto attacks, and that tower just disappeared. And look at it, Bronze 5. He's in a really tough spot.
He's got 3 members on top of him. Make it 4 as Wind comes on over and throws out the beast. This is getting a little bit ugly for Vietnam, now sitting at an 8,500 gold lead deficit. Yamate gets locked on down. Neil's gonna jump on top of him. The Hissy Fit comes on out to zone away the rest of the team, and that's just how well Benny plays this hero. He uses it to his advantage so well. He's able to zone away players, zone away the enemy team from trying to push on in during these dives.
Yeah, definitely. Look at this smart split pushing here. They're going to get this
Oh,
charge,
TF,
and look at
he
that
gets
dive.
deleted by Star alongside his tower. Polo isn't long for this world. Yuzon also coming on in. Yamate is able to drag away the focus from Polo, but Bronze 5 comes on over himself. Might be just sacrificing himself to the beasts of wind underneath the core. Vietnam are getting slaughtered in their base.
Man, that decisiveness. Neo going in there, just deleting TF right off the bat, and then base Yuzon coming in on the side and securing that win. And like we said, that assassin composition, that combo, Violet and Crixie just didn't stand a chance.
Chinese Taipei going to be taking game 1 in very convincing fashion. Not a single objective taken by Vietnam.
Yeah, they are collected, they're focused. Vietnam definitely need to refocus. They need to think about why they lost. They need to, again, assassin comps, what they want to do is they want to invade your jungle. That's their win condition, right? They have a Violet composition, they have a Crixie composition. They want to shove waves. So if they're going to invade jungle, you need to counter push and trade a tower or something. Look at Yuzon, how fed he is. Again, we talked about him carrying Chinese Taipei. But this Ari, something they gotta look out for.
On top of that, look at Star. Had a great performance himself, a 9 KDA on the Liliana. You look across the table, sure, Bronze 5 was able to have majority of the team's gold, but you know, the damage, he just can't exert enough pressure when Yuzon is able to match him.
Yeah, definitely. And you saw Yamate doing so much damage, and the reason why he lived too is when he lands those abilities, he gets so much barriers with Malik, and that's why Malik is so good against bruiser compositions.
Let's take a look once again. The story of the game, the first blood going on to Yuzon.
Yeah, that level 4 was key. He got level 4, had his Ryu ultimate up, landed Sun, got the barrier, and this is where Yamate, he lands a cleave, the Soul Eater. Look at the amount of barriers just coming up in the heal from Polo, his own heal as well. I can't believe he survived that.
That's a pretty tanky Yamate, but he can't be that tanky for too much longer as the rest of the team. Actually, I think this one he survives continuously. He's just unkillable at times.
Yeah, he is, but you got to look at this here. They flicker, and then Blake flickers, gets the kill. That was just awesome to see Blake one get that kill there. At least, you know, they got some kills back.
Hey, that gives you a little bit of encouragement, but unfortunately, like we saw Chinese Taipei, they did not let up. They went in on the dime. That's how they finished off this game and now take the series lead 1-0.
And again, they just play to their win conditions. So the talents is something we don't talk a lot about, but Ari with that execute, using the right moment. And look at the build, Curse Death. That just counters Tara. The regeneration, it cuts 50% of your regeneration. So Bronze 5 can't, his ultimate is 50% as effective. So just awesome counter building there. Chinese Taipei just playing so smart.
Yeah, 14 minutes, 17 seconds your game time. You can see that left side of the scoreboard is lit up for Chinese Taipei.
I'm just looking at 7-4-1. All the key objectives in the game. Chinese Taipei just exerting dominance over Vietnam here. And this is so surprising because I watched Vietnam play at the Asia International Championship. Vietnam plays second and third. 2 Vietnam teams play second and third. And now the meta has changed, the teams have gone better, but Chinese Taipei has stayed consistent and has been very, very strong.
And that's the power of an organization that sticks together. You got J-Team, they are a pretty successful esports organization as a whole over in Chinese Taipei. Maybe that support is what allows them to stick strong, improve. Vietnam, though, the question becomes, what do they change here in Game 2?
Yeah, I think they need to understand how their comp works and how to trade. They need to expect the invade. If you play against an assassin composition and they take Abyssal Dragon, they're going to invade and rotate to your jungle, so you gotta be careful. And you need to make sure you shut down Ari. You cannot let her get away and run amok in your jungle. I mean, Yuzon was cutting the wave, he was stealing the reds, and when you do that, Violet just never scale. Violet doesn't get her farm, and she doesn't get to late game.
And you can't even ban that out against Yuzon because there's still a Lubu available during that draft. We were expecting if that was open, they would just immediately pick it because he is an absolute monster. Goes full damage with the build, and that's a little bit of a scary thought. You can try and ban out the Ari, but you leave open still so many options.
Yeah, and that's the key there. You basically want to minimize the bleed, and if you are bleeding, you trade the bleed. They make you bleed, you make them bleed. You trade a tower, and they needed to push more lanes. They need to get towers, and that's how their comp scales, right? They're an ADC marksman. Push the lane, let them take your jungle, trade the tower, trade jungle, and then you get back to safety.
You trade bleeds. It sounds like a really weird cult. I'll be honest. I don't know if that's exactly something you want to be doing. But for Vietnam, they don't want to be playing from behind because we saw it once again. They turtle so hard. They don't go for picks.
It's a slow death, really.
Yeah.
Because when you're behind, you need to push out one wave. If you just let all 3 waves just crash into tower, there's too much wave pressure. There's no map control. You basically sit and die slowly. They take 1 tower, 2 towers, 3 towers. And what do? You literally slowly die. So you have to rotate, do a 4-1 rotation or 3-2 rotation, gank somebody, push 1 lane out, and then take objectives back, take a jungle, and then stay and stop the bleeding. I think that's the key that Vietnam needs to do.
Personally, I want to see Polo on a play-making hero this time around. Sure, he can be a tank, but honestly, the team just doesn't seem to go for plays without him being on a TPE, being on an AWC, and it looks like actually Vietnam are opting to take the blue side here in Game 2.
Yeah, they're going to take blue side, and I want them to change their draft, because honestly, Violet Crixie, I love Violet Crixie, that was a great pick, but the support heroes just didn't make any sense. There's no CC protection. I mean, yeah, Chognar,
He can protect himself.
he can get you out of CC, but these assassins have 3 gap closers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get you one stun. Well, guess what? I'm the Croth. I got another knockup for you. Ari has 2 stuns. She has the spin and she has a Ryu ultimate, right? So I don't know. Their draft was weird. Again, when I saw the Chognar pick, I was just thinking like, Chognar? Why
Really?
Chognar? Maybe to counter Alice, but honestly, Chognar isn't. Yeah, he does counter Alice's Hissy Fit ultimate, but Chognar is more defensive. I mean, Grak may have been better, potentially. You know, we'll see. They need to basically take Alice, I think. Alice was a hero that Vietnam plays a lot better when they have her.
Yeah, if the team is going to be banned out, where I honestly likely think it will be, if it's going to be a red side ban for Chinese Taipei. We'll have to see, though. We're going to be getting into our pick and ban phase quite shortly for Game 2. Again, Chinese Taipei needing the 1 win to close out the series and start off strong in their group stage.
Yeah, and I called it too. As soon as they picked Chognar, I'm like, Nakroth, take the Nakroth. And they picked Nakroth, and I'm like, okay, it's GG, it's done. I mean, Assassin comp into this is gonna work so well. So I would love for them to, if they're gonna play the ADC, you know, Scud is really good. We saw Scud is really strong. He can knock people back. He has a knock-up, right, with his Furious Charge, and he has his Wild Beast Fury. He can knock people away and protect Crixie and Violet. So that's why I was like rooting for them to pick that Scud there. So let's see if they're gonna switch it up and play a better competition. Again, I told you, both these teams don't like Flash. What's wrong with the Flash, man? He's too fast for them.
Too fast for them. Too furious, and Superman to join it. So DC is just not getting any love. But let's see for Chinese Taipei. Also the Lindis once again for Vietnam.
Yeah, Lindis, they don't want, I mean, Chinese Taipei is, I mean, Neo on Lindis, that was his highest win rate hero. I mean, this guy is, just takes it away. Arum, I like the Arum ban. You definitely want to ban it because it's so first pick pit worthy. So they're probably going to ban Teamy, because if you want to ban Arum, you want to ban the Teamy. So Teamy will be a good banner. Let's see if Chinese Taipei is going to take away the Teamy, and that's going to leave Alice open.
Yeah.
If they do not first pick Alice, Chinese Taipei will take Alice on that first draft pick. So
I'll be a little mad myself at that point, because you need to get Polo on something where he can help make plays. Give some safety to Blake and TF. They want to play these carries, because otherwise they're just going to get dived. There's no zone potential. All they had was the Malik last time around, and unfortunately Yamate was getting camped down there by wins.
And Teamy, you don't want to give Benny Teamy. We saw how good he was at the boot camp on Teamy. Ben, oh no! They're going to give it over.
Let's
wait,
see.
no, Benny's on the other side. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, Teamy, they're going to keep.
So this keeps up the Alice. This is actually Chinese Taipei
so this is good for Vietnam. This is good for now. Now they can get Alice. Alice isn't as good as Teamy, but still very strong as
I don't know. It's Benny. It's Benny on Alice. He's a little bit disgusting. I think he adds a tier when he plays the Alice.
Yeah, Ardrin? Interesting. I would love for them definitely take Alice here. Or actually, no, they don't need to pick Alice.
They don't need to, because you've already shown the Teamy. You've already seen the support that's going to be roaming. Let's try and get some higher priorities. Have that Zenyo, have Yuzon in a side lane, pushing away.
That's a much better con. Zenyo is great at protecting. He has Malice at AoE stun. He has Angelic Splendor that can protect Crixie, right? and he has a lot of protection. And if they also pick Arjun, Arjun is also great in side lane or even support. He can play support as well. Arjun has good CC. He has Ren that can knock people up, and he has Call that can instantly stun somebody. So that's the type of comp you want to run if you want to play Crixie. You want a comp that can protect her really, really well.
Well, Star going to have some safety for Vietnam, though. What is going to be their answer?
We're going to change the draft on each other. This is what Ari and Liliana is what Chinese Taipei played in game 1, and now Vietnam's going to be like, we're going to reverse the cards on you and see how you can handle my Ari.
Think you can take it?
Maybe.
We'll have to see.
If they play like Yuzon, yeah.
Yeah, true. If they're able to perform like Yuzon, they might have the chance they need. Blake also going to go ahead, lock in the Liliana.
Yeah, Liliana is going to be solid here. Blake just denying it from Star. Again, Star just plays Liliana so landing so many of those clutch blinding light stuns. I would love for them, good, pick Arjun. Do not pick Tara, please. Tara has no CC, just a good split pushing. We saw Tara lose to TF, so I think Chinese Taipei is not going to pick a draft that they just beat, right? They won against a Tara, so they're not going to play a Tara into Ari. Lubu potentially could be picked up here, but Arjun is really solid in that side lane. I don't think they're gonna probably last pick the carry, and they may pick Alice here. So let's see, they're gonna pick the carry and save. Oh, they're gonna pick Nakroth right off the bat. See, this is a little risky because picking Nakroth allows your opponents to counter pick against you, because Teamy is really good against if they pick like a Rogue or something, they can go. Yep, there we go. I just called it. Boom, pick a Rogue. They can counter the Nakroth easy with Teamy reviving him, and he has determination. He has a barrier. He's unCCable. Nakroth cannot knock him up. That's dangerous to pick a carry. That's why you want to save it. And what?
What? Okay.
Wait, what?
Vietnam. They said the script. And
then he picked Tara.
Okay.
What is going on with this draft? I predict one thing, and they go the other opposite direction and throw me off.
I don't know.
But
what
Omega,
to say.
what?
I am.
This is exciting.
Okay.
I'm excited. I'm confused at the same time. I'm excited. I'm like, is this like a trump card they're gonna pull out on us here, or
For
what?
Vietnam, they're going for the dives.
Yeah, disrupt. We have not seen that talent, and we don't talk about talents a lot, but it's making a difference in these games. But disrupt, that's gonna be a crazy. And Rogue takes objectives really fast.
Yeah. And especially if they're able to funnel the gold onto TF, he's able to get the early kills. Rourke is a little bit disgusting because remember, the bug got fixed. His passive now helps amplify his own damage.
Exactly.
He's very powerful at this moment.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I just want to see how this Omega is going to work here. I've never seen a team, normally when they pick Omega, it's more of a fun thing. But maybe they're trying to win the most creative composition award, right? There's a few little awards on the side here. Maybe they want to play this Omega and, or it's a viable strategy they're going to pull off. It's
Perhaps Vietnam, they're going to pick up the Omega to show that they're the alpha here and try and take game 2 against Chinese Taipei. Tie up the series, because for Vietnam, if they're actually able to find themselves a victory here and actually take the top seed, that helps set them up great for the group stage.
Yeah.
The knockout stage. The knockout stage, apologies.
I know a lot of you guys probably don't play Omega, but he has something called a passive demolition mode. Literally demolishes towers, right? His ability does full damage to structures. That's what makes him so good at pushing. That's why you want to get disrupt him. They're going to go right down the mid lane. This is crazy.
All right, I'm feeling it. Game 2 between Vietnam and Chinese Taipei. Going to try a creative strategy, and let's see if it works as they're looking for the pressure early. Yuzon is separated from Benny. Knockup's going to be there, but TF had a different plan, instead just opting to go for that Mike Golem to start things off.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Polo there. Flicker on the Teamy, getting a nice charged up stun, and as a result, Rogue is going to be able to steal that. But look at the counter. See, this is exactly what you want to do. If you get invaded, just counter jungle.
And look at that, they actually take 2 camps for 1. Bronze 5 almost actually stole that one away. So props to him, but not close enough. They're also going to go ahead, pick up the Seagull. And look at this, Vietnam. They're playing very aggressive early. They want to go for these dive. Polo is going to be the one picking up the kill, but nonetheless, that's aggression from Vietnam.
They got first blood. That disrupt is paying up, but Yamate's in trouble here.
He just got outside of tower range.
He used disrupt.
Oh my god!
No, he's disrupt. He disrupted right on time. That was insane. He almost died. He's like, you know what, tower? Turn off.
That's calculation right there. That's the set plays. Let's take another look up toward that top lane, because Vietnam, this is what we wanted to see, early kill.
Look at the talent there. Just wait. He's gonna use, they didn't even use the talent. Polo just takes the
Polo
damage.
just takes a lot of damage.
Yeah, and then Yamate's like, I want this tower. And then he activates Disrupt at the right moment. That was so crazy.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. A good start here for Vietnam. They got to continue, though. They got to find their picks early. They got to get scaling, because once they start playing defensive, that's usually when it all falls through. Polo goes for the invade. Benny a bit tanky so far, and Neil gonna now join in on the fight. Star's able to get some AoE on down. Polo is separated from his team. He's able to get the help of Blake to get him to safety.
Yeah, that was really risky. I don't know why they invade, because you think about it, TF was level 3, Neil was level 4. You can look at your opponent's levels before you invade, and if you know your level ahead, then you invade. And I thought that was very risky. They could have got punished pretty hard there. So Vietnam playing a little risky with this Omega composition here.
Bronze 5 taking a little bit of damage there. Abyssal Dragon now available, and we saw how important Chinese Taipei values that objective. They like to get that experience, like to get the gold early and cycle that into the rest of the team.
Yeah, definitely. Look at how ahead Neo is. He's level 5. This guy is
TF gets knocked up. Star's also there with the Moonfall. Polo going down low, and that's going to be 2 kills going in favor of Chinese Taipei. Blake has to run back. Wins is also going to get himself a kill credit. A nice 2-kill answer in the river.
Yeah, definitely. And unfortunately, Polo was not level 4. He didn't have his being a bro up. And even when TF used Determination, just wasn't enough shield to save his life there. But really nice CC. The way that Neo was landing all these knockouts on Nakroth, man, Nakroth is someone that we didn't expect to see this much play. And it's awesome to see how well they're showing off this Nakroth.
And that's important. You get kills against TF, get him off the map for a set amount of time. He's not farming. He's not funneling gold into this Rourke, and they're losing out on objectives like this. It's going to slow down Vietnam. Yeah,
definitely, Shauna. And if you have a Disrupt and you have Omega, your win condition is to shove these towers down and get an early tower, preferably before the 3-minute mark on the Dragon side, because that's going to give you Dragon control, and you're going to stack Abyssal Dragons, but that strategy is not working out for them, so they're in trouble here.
Yamate is able to go for this invade, but Neil is also over toward the side. He may have bit off a little bit more than he could chew. Still pretty tanky himself, though, so he's not too concerned. Gets back to the safety of his tower, but look at this. Chinese Taipei starting to roam 3 members toward the top lane.
Yeah, Wins here, holding his own against the Ahri, not letting Ahri take it away like we saw in the other games here. And look at his 3-man rotation. They know that they got Yamate low. They're going to take the top tower, and just clinical rotations and precision here by Chinese Taipei.
I want to see Vietnam try and get themselves an objective here early, because honestly, it was a clean slate during game 1. They have to change up something. They have to change a play style, because they've already fallen a little bit behind. 1,500 gold lead at 4.5 minutes. They're down the 1 kill. And you can feel a little bit of pressure. Unfortunately for TF, he's going to be on that Rourke, and he's just looking to farm up or find kills, but neither is coming toward him. Maybe they catch out Benny, but guess what? Yuzon is just around the corner, and Vietnam are going to get knocked up in their jungle. Being a bro comes on down, but you can see Chinese Taipei are going to wait for it to disappear. TF gets taken down.
Yeah, what an amazing Star. That double knockup from Nature's Wrath, that really set up that fight and able to secure and get these kills. Again, the combo coming out from Chinese Taipei is just so much to handle, and really a beauty to watch.
You saw that too. They have patience when it comes to even fights. The being a bro was laid down by Polo, but they didn't even go to finish off TF. They let it run out and then finished him off before he even got toward the tower. That's just knowing your limits. You say, hey, we don't have to kill him right away. There's no point allowing the rest of the team to maybe follow up for him to regen a little bit and rejoin the fight. Let's just wait it out and then execute him when it's gone.
Yeah, especially for assassin combination. You do not want to kill the hero that Team E has activated being a bro for. You wait 3 seconds. That's how long it wears off, and once it's off, they won't be revived. But when you kill them and they revive, it does damage. It gives them health. You do not want to allow them to revive, and that's the win condition for Team E. So really smart play by Chinese Taipei there.
And that is another Abyssal Dragon in favor of Chinese Taipei. Blake is just looking to run interference from Yuzon, because 3 members of Vietnam had to go back, and this opens up the mid lane tower for Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see if Trixie, yes, as expected, Trixie has Overmatch Enchanted Kicks. When you're ahead, that's a huge damage buff, and that's a lot of ability power. You're going to see, once she gets Boomstick, that's going to be a scary Trixie.
This is concerning for me because look at Polo's level. He's been roaming so much that he is legitimately 4 to 5 levels behind everybody else on Chinese Taipei. That is not a good sign to start off the game, and now he's going to get isolated, gets down to being a bro. TF also going to fall, but he gets knocked out as the being a bro expires, so Polo can't even save his teammate with his ultimate.
Yeah, and if you're level 5, that's such a good call, Opal. You're level 5, you're not really a tank against level 10s and 12s.
You're just a
you're no
stuffed
longer a
bear.
tank. You're a punching bag.
Exactly, you're a stuffed animal, and Yamate, well, he's making the tower be a stuffed animal, and he's able to punch it on down, picking up Vietnam's first tower of the series.
Yeah, but kudos to Vietnam, though. This is a viable strategy. They're trying it out, but Omega just requires so much execution. And Chinese Taipei is not making any mistakes and allowing Omega to really push on all these towers here.
Well, Yuzhan looking to still apply pressure up toward that top lane. Vietnam are just looking to try and huddle underneath this tower, but they don't even care about that tower on the side of Chinese Taipei as they dive underneath it.
Wins, what a beautiful, he landed the hit and activated the second ability for Renz, knocks him up, and TF, his ultimate was not up. He just got it off cooldown. If he had that ultimate, he could have activated Termination, get the heck out of there, but he didn't, and that's so unfortunate for him and bad timing.
Yuzhan up toward top lane again, trying to get Yamate. It looks like he's just trying to keep the minions at bay, trying to cut the wave, but Neil is also there. Does Vietnam try and make a play? They can't because TF just responded. Polo's underneath the tower, almost falling once again. That's a big thing for me, is the target selection here for Chinese Taipei. They've killed TF, I think, now 3 times. This Rourke hasn't been able to farm for the last 3 minutes.
And look at him running away from Neil. This is so fun. Oh my god, the jukes!
The plays, the moves, but Neil says, no, not today. You're in the ground, bud.
Neil's like, whatever, I have really short cooldowns on mine in the crawl. I got two gap closers, Judge Fury. Don't worry, I'll get you. I'll miss a few things here and there, but I got you.
This is the issue. Vietnam are so far behind at this point that even when Yuzhan is going into a 1v3, he is surviving. Look at the Rourke. 2.8k gold, 0-4-1. I hate to call out TF, but he hasn't been part of even that kill there.
Yeah, I like the Rogue pick because he can counter. If he's even with Necroth, he can go head-to-head against Necroth, but he's not ahead, unfortunately, and he's really squishy at level 9. Doesn't have that much items, doesn't have that much defense or damage. As a result, he's an easy squishy target to take out.
At the moment, he's just he's a pellet gun. Kid with a pellet gun. It might be a shotgun, but he's only shooting pebbles. Bronze 5 goes for the play, and they're actually able to pick up the kill onto Star. Wins now the next target, but Benny now joins in on the fight. He saw Bronze 5 going down extremely low, looking for the disengage. Now Blake is caught out toward the side. Does have the mobility, though, to get to safety.
Yeah, what a nice engage. And that's why you saw Ari. Bronze went in there, he activated his ultimate, got the stun in Crixie, and Crixie just insta-die. That's why assassins like Ari are so good against mages like Crixie.
You see Yamate, again, running interference. That seems to be his main goal this game. You know, disrupt towers, disrupt the waves, try and stall out this game. But you saw Chinese Taipei there. They're looking to sneak away this Darkslayer.
Yeah, they did it before. They're going to do it again. And once they get Darkslayer, that's going to put so much more pressure against Vietnam here.
Very slow Darkslayer. The rest of the team comes on in, and Vietnam is able to steal away the Darkslayer. Finally, the break they've been looking for as they're able to take down Yuzhan.
My goodness, Omega finally
Arduin in the mid
off.
lane, Wins is caught out. This is disaster for Chinese Taipei if they let this continue on through. He gets to safety. Vietnam finally catch a break.
Wow, what a great steal by Yamate. He came in there as Omega, fearless, steals the Darkslayer. Now they have map control. We're going to look at the steal.
I don't even know how he's able to steal this away.
Yeah, look at this. He jumps in there.
Oh my God.
Use a bait at the right time, hits everybody. They landed these kills. This is their chance to come back right now. Look at that. They're only about 1k behind.
But look at this,
Little over 1K
Daniel
behind.
up toward the top lane, applying pressure. This is going to bring back TF, but I don't know if he could go for a 1v1 at this point.
Wow.
Meanwhile, though, Vietnam are able to find themselves a tower toward the bot side of the map. Yamate is actually just cutting off Benny. Benny gets caught out.
Oof.
This is what they need to do. They need to find the catches. They need to find the objectives.
Yeah, interesting that he's overextending. Vietnam has the Darkslayer. Why are you even trying to steal jungle? You know,
I don't know.
As a support, you don't even have that much damage to clear jungle that quickly. So Benny, a little questionable
is
there.
a man on a mission. He continues to just charge forth directly into the team.
I mean,
they got the disrupt available if they want to go for the dive. Wins gets caught out toward the side. Star uses the moonfall, but he's a little too far away to really make an impact.
Oh, there's
and
disrupt.
Vietnam, they're going to go ahead, pull the trigger, find the double knock-up onto Star. Instead, go back toward the tower, take it down. A 4-man knock-up comes out from Win. Star is also going to find that one there as they continue to pull on in, but Blake is able to pick up the kill on Neil.
What a beautiful play there by Blake One, getting a kill on Neil, but you saw the disrupt come off. They overaggressed, pushed him away from the tower, took the tower, and look at this. They are almost even. Oh my goodness, this is working.
Now you get to see, though, Yuzon join in on these fights. Gonna go for plays. Fearless charging into 2 members of Vietnam. He does not have a care in the world. Benny gonna join him in toward the jungle. And these are 2 tanks that are running rampant across the map. But unfortunately for Chinese Taipei, Vietnam have become a different team in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, one thing about Chinese Taipei is Tara's not really good against Vietnam. Look, Ari has gap closers and escapes, right? We have Liliana, who's so mobile as well. Rourke has this boat charging and run away. And Yamata as well. Tara is just a distraction. They just need to avoid her. They don't need to focus her.
Oh, Benny, though, a nice prediction onto Bronze 5, but unfortunately still has enough mobility to get himself out of harm's way. Abyssal Dragon going to be started up here, but look at this. Benny's on over toward the side of the wall. He's playing safe because he knows Vietnam could be just around the corner.
Yeah, and he's the one. He's a support. He's taking...
Oh, TF, he's coming on
TF
over.
knows, and he's coming right over.
He's
and
like,
he has both of the buffs
okay,
as
TF.
well.
That was a little bit ugly there because he almost let Benny steal it back away.
Wow.
4 members of Vietnam, they're able to interrupt Benny. He's going to get taken down. Minions in the bot lane. Vietnam, they could go for a push.
Yeah, it's 200 gold to Ari. Ari is fed. Bronze 5 is fed. Nice execution. He tried to malice over the wall and he activated a Gen Experiment immediately, but they're able to catch him, cancel his ultimate, and as a result, Benny sacrifices him again. He's got to watch out. He's a support. Why? Oh my god, Neil.
Bronze, he comes back over. Neil has been playing with his food and it's starting to bite him back at this point. Vietnam. All right, this is what we wanted to see. This is a team that is making proactive plays. They're not sitting around. They're not letting Chinese Taipei just walk over them. They were able to go for the Darkslayer because usually that'd be a safe call to try and take a Darkslayer against Vietnam. But now they gotta be careful. Polo's gonna get knocked up there by Wins, but the rest of his team just lets him be. And they can now rotate toward this mid lane and try and isolate Yuzon. He's still pretty tanky himself. Star gonna get stunned underneath the tower. Polo going down extremely low. Yuzon wants to keep up the fight. Benny gonna join in. You can see the force. Blake running interference on the backside. TF is able to disengage.
Yeah, that was such a back and forth fight. But we see there, look at the level parity, item parity. Vietnam has achieved level parity. They're actually ahead in gold. But now they achieved, and look at Medallion of Troy finished by Ari. She is so tanky. She has Curse of Death. Again, a nice counter against Tara now. Tara has so much health. With that Curse Death, it's going to shut down that regeneration. And look at the York. He's starting to get his damage items, but he's actually behind in farm.
Still a little
Ari
bit behind.
is the carry right now, 4-0-0.
11,000 gold. The closest one on the team of Chinese Taipei is about 1,500 gold behind him, and that is Yuzon, and that's been the story so far. Bronze 5 versus Yuzon in the side lanes, exerting pressure. Benny still up, trying to deny Bronze 5. He's able to escape, though. Look toward the bot lane. You have Yuzon trying to run interference, trying to draw Vietnam away from the midsection of the map. They might be able to actually kill him. Polo's stuck across the wall. She's trying to get on over. Yamate finally going to show himself. That's the delay they're looking for, because look at top lane. Now you have Chinese Taipei looking to try and catch out Bronze 5.
Wow.
Benny wants to join in onto the fight, try and turn this one around. TF, he hasn't autoed for a long time. There's no more stacks available. Blake now rejoins. You got Bronze 5 taking the team for a ride up in top lane. It's chaos across the battlegrounds. Yuzon somehow still alive. Vietnam will surely burn him down. TF gets up and close, picks up the kill, but Bronze 5 will fall himself.
They're going to trade there. Yuzon's ultimate just came back up. I was waiting for his ultimate to come right back up to use it a second time. And you can't kill him because without Curse Death or anything solid regeneration, that's 8% health regeneration every second. And that's why Tar is played, because of that sustainability. But again, in a rough spot. Yuzan in a really bad spot.
I like this from Yamate. Look at this. He's trying to bring wins away from this fight, because guess what just respawned onto the map? It's the Darkslayer in Vietnam. They're trying to position themselves for a fight. Blake gets knocked up by Benny as he goes for the engage. Star also trying to zone away. They're able to start up the Spirit Sentinel and at least claim that away from Vietnam.
Yeah, Blake and Star are pretty fed now as mages. They are going to be the carries of the game now. They are going to be able to boost so much burst damage with the Pierce that they've built, the boomstick that's in their kit. They are the key. If they can live and do a lot of AoE damage, that's going to be key to winning these fights.
Oh, Wins gotta be careful. Almost gets caught out there. Is able to get himself away. Star lands the double knock up into the Moonfall, and Polo's going down extremely low. He can't pop the being a bro, and that's going to be Vietnam down their support. But can they turn the fight? You see Star taking a lot of damage. TF joined in onto the fight, used the determination, but he's got to be careful.
No.
Yamate gets taken down. Members falling. Vietnam, they need to run.
Yeah, they got to play with Blake there. They got to kite with him. If they split up like that, this is really... And wow, look at it. Wins landing these Rens so well, getting those knockouts every single time. And Bronze coming in here.
He's joined back in. He's the key member, but he can't go against these two tanky members. But meanwhile, Neil was taken down. That's a double kill for Blake.
Yeah, Blake, again, he's fed. He can easily take down, because Neil doesn't have Medallion Troy. He does not have that much defense against magic burst damage, and that's exactly what they need to do. They need to play around Blake. They need to wait for the cooldowns to come down, let Liliana poke, and then engage, really counter-engage really hard once that Fox form is up.
I want to see the call, Vietnam. You take down Yuzan here, you turn directly onto this Darkslayer. Benny gonna rejoin, though. Blake goes down low. He's gonna get isolated, and he gets shut down by Chinese Taipei.
Wow.
They trade back Yuzan. TF wants to rejoin onto the fight. Polo's able to rejoin, get the stun on down. Look at how tanky those health bars, though. But Wind cannot be tanky enough. Bronze 5 will get the kill. Vietnam onto the Darkslayer.
Yeah, we talked about this before this match started. Bronze 5, if he carries the game, they are going to do so, and that's exactly what's happening. He has 13,000 gold. This guy is fed. You saw that Yuzan was fed game 1, and now game 2 is the other story, and we broke it down. If these side laners get ahead, Bronze 5 is going to carry, and he's doing exactly that. 5, 1, and 1.
That's going to be the second Darkslayer of the game for Vietnam. The question for me, though, Suijay, is can they knock down a high ground tower? Because that is what they've been lacking the last 5 minutes.
They got Omega, and they have Disrupt. And that's looking really good for them to easily disrupt the tower and focus it down, or get a kill with Disrupt up, because they have a lot of CC, right? They have Ari's double stun, they have Liliana's Binding Light, they have Timi's Pooty Poot's stun as well. If they get a lot of good crowd control CC under high ground tower, they can end the game.
You see TF and them rotating toward the mid lane. Benny's up toward the top, is going to rejoin on toward the fight. Vietnam grouped up all together. Star gets down the Moonfall, but look at the health bars of Chinese Taipei. They have to run toward their base. The tower gets taken down. Benny will sacrifice his life. That's a member. 2 members down. TF goes ultimate, and Vietnam, they're looking for the base.
Yeah, Vietnam's like, no wave? That's okay. We got Omega. Look at the way they're using Disrupt. They dive. Ari comes from behind. Bronze 5 just carrying. Look at the amount of damage on Wins
trying to do his best. You got Star gonna lay down the Moonfall, but Vietnam says, you throw another moon at me and I'm gonna lose it, Chinese Taipei. They're on toward the core, and guess what? We're going all the way to a game 3.
Wow, that was just amazing. Bronze 5, look at them. They're just giving each other encouragement. Staying focused, though. Staying a little focused. But like we said, Bronze 5 on that Irie. Oh, my goodness. They're laughing. They're in heat. This is a straight best-of-3 series. Who would have thought Chinese Taipei, with their amazing win record from boot camp, was going to fall to Vietnam like that?
This is J-Team, one of the most experienced organizations in Arena of Valor. Now they are being forced to Game 3 against Vietnam, and this is the Vietnam we saw last time at the AIC. Coming in, picking up kills, not turtling, playing aggressively, and let's take a look at the stats.
Look at Bronze 5 there. 6-1-3. He's the most fed. Carrying on, I think Ari is the key pick here. Both games, she played an immense role for these teams winning.
both series so far today here in day 2. Also a highlight for me, Blake, 12 KDA, 12 out of the 18 kills for his team. And look at the damage from Blake.
Yeah, that's amazing. But 20% on Ari looking really good too. Who would have thought a team with Omega was going to win? I would have never, ever predicted that. I mean, I'm just shocked. This is amazing to see Vietnam pulling this off. So hats off to them. What can we expect next? But look at that, getting such an early kill in 1 minute of the game.
And you even got to give it, though, to Chinese Taipei, because there were a lot of fights where Star was positioned, was getting down the damage, and they felt like they had control. But once that Dark Slayer steal came on through for Vietnam, it went downhill.
Yeah, definitely. And when Vietnam faced Chinese Taipei in the boot camp, they were decimated 2-0. Chinese Taipei just floored them and dominated them. And now, like I said, like in the Asian International Championship, Vietnam just has another factor, an X factor that they bring to the playoffs. And look at how well they're doing in this group stage. I mean, who would have thought they were able to take
down
like
5,000 gold at 9 minutes. Most teams, especially against Chinese Taipei, you can't usually pull that one off.
Yeah, one thing that Chinese Taipei did, though, when they were ahead like 5K gold, and they started doing these really weird rotations, like Neo getting caught out. Benny got caught out twice as Zenio. He got killed twice. So that interesting positioning and split pushing was really rough. And for example, when Vietnam got the Dark Slayer, he was trying to farm in counter jungle. And he got killed again. So he basically fed the enemy team. So that's something Chinese Taipei, they need to not let success get to their heads here.
I'm at a little bit of a loss for words so far. This has been
Omega.
Omega. Vietnam showing they're the alpha.
He's got to change his name to Alpha now.
He's just running at towers. He was running into 3 members, taking them for a ride. And you even saw Vietnam. They said, all right, guys, we showed we could come back. We showed we could be aggressive. Look at those stats, Sweet J. They are beautiful.
Yeah, they are looking really good. It was, I mean, we saw the Rogue. He was behind level 9. Teamy was level 5.
He had 3,000 gold at 9 minutes. That's just passive gold at this point because you're just dead most of the time. He was 0-4-1. If you shut down O'Rourke, that should be it.
The comeback was here. He was level 9 and Neo was level 12. I mean, it was a 3-level difference. It was amazing.
I even mentioned Polo was down 5 levels.
He was down 5 levels and then they come back. But that just shows you that you can still come back being that behind. I mean, that just shows you, like, just stay focused, take advantage of the mistakes your opponents are making, because when you're ahead, you can kind of, you know, lose focus a little bit, and I think that's what Chinese Taipei did. They kind of got themselves in really tough positions, got ganked, and then Vietnam just took that away.
Well, now for Chinese Taipei, going to be on the blue side. You can see the focus, the serious face is now coming out. At your first showing at the AWC, you fall to Vietnam. That is not how you want to start off your World Cup tour. And let's see, Chinese.
Teamy being banned, that's good. Yeah, that's a good ban for Vietnam. I mean, banning Teamy. I mean, I don't know why they would ban Teamy when Arms ban, because you could first pick Teamy. So Superman is going to be banned. A Flash.
Please be a Flash.
Probably will come out.
Just
like I said, they don't like him. Both teams do not like the Flash at all. So
I wonder if they leave it up out of, you know, being scared that the other team might pick it, or just not pick it at all.
I just love how the meta is so different from team versus team matchups. Because we saw Grak being banned. You know, you don't want to give Grak to Thailand or Korea. They like playing Grak, right? But both these teams, they don't really play Grak. So it's so interesting to see how the clash of the metas come out. And look at that, Malik first pick there. Was there a ban?
Let's see.
Was there a third
I
ban
have
for
a feeling I know what the ban is. We'll have to see. Meanwhile, wow, okay, Flash is available. So this is both teams.
They're going to pick Malik instead. They're going to
go for Malik. And that leaves up
Ari on bronze 5. That's really risky. I wonder if Yuzhan's going to play Lubu now, because Lubu is going to be a good
we haven't seen that yet, and we've been building him up to be
We know his Lubu. They're going to pull it out. They have to pull it out. They have to pull it out at this point. And look at Liliana and Ari being taken there. Really good draft so far for Vietnam. We have Malik being picked here. Potentially, they could go for the Violet, but there's Flash. I think if they don't take Flash, Vietnam might play double mage. We know Chinese Taipei plays double mage, but I don't think Vietnam's going to do a Flash and Liliana. But if they take Flash away, that's going to be really rough for Chinese Taipei, because Flash and Liliana and Ari will poop on a Crixie. Literally.
You'll need some protection. You might need some privacy too if you want to do that in the middle of the battle.
And mages don't build defense. Crixie's not going to build magic defense against a double mage. You know, think about it. Think about it.
Thinking about it. I don't want to think about it
If
in some
Vietnam
regards.
takes Flash Liliana, because you can jungle the Flash. Or you know, we'll see what they do here.
I don't agree if they go for that Tara.
Ooh,
okay,
crack.
okay.
Nice.
You mentioned the crack.
Oh, and
you
the Flash.
mentioned the Flash.
There we go.
All right.
That's a nasty combo right there. Malik Shock, Grack, World Devour.
Hook.
That's a ton of. That's a
Cyclone.
It's a 3-second CC, right? The hook is like a 1.6 second like disable, right?
go.
And then Flash has that Cyclone. He can also CC as well. So Chinese Taipei, that's a scary competition. And I just talked about Grack. I was like, you know what? They don't ban Grack. Chinese Taipei doesn't replay it, and boom, they just pull it out on me.
I want to see how this one's going to pan out. Now for Vietnam, you now see the Flash is on the table. Usually both teams ban it away. What is going to be the answer here? What do they need to try and secure here, Sui J?
Yeah, they're gonna maybe look for. I mean, there's a few picks. I would say that. They don't want to play an assassin composition into this. They may want to play Alice, but Alice is countered by the Grack here, so maybe they can play a Thane. Because Thane, no, not Mina. Mina is not going to work.
We saw Mina a couple times.
Thane counters Malik, because when you see he proc his ultimate, he can just charge in, and the Valiant Charge will cancel the ultimate. He can also push Grack away. When Grack wants to ult your team, Thane can just push him away. So Thane would have been a better pick, Vietnam. Mina, if you're behind with Mina, it's really hard to come back. Mina doesn't have comeback potential. She's a hero that needs to be even or ahead. Otherwise, it's so hard to make a comeback.
All right, this would be an interesting one from Chinese Taipei because we saw this combo yesterday during one of the series where you had the Slims, you had the Grok. Mind you, that might have been the Fennec. I know TJ got a little bit confused there. But it's actually be an interesting one. Oh, okay.
They can.
This is a very tanky line here for Chinese Taipei. It's a lot of burst.
It is. They can either go Assassin or they can side lane their Rogue, right, and go with the Violet, Liliana, which gives them super strong late game. Two solid side laners. Rogue can side lane really well, along with Ari. So let's see if they're going to pick the Violet or then go for an Assassin Cup and go for Necroth and just go deep onto Slims there. Omega!
Oh my goodness! Let's go, Yamate!
Whoa.
And he's running it again. I'm loving it.
Oh my goodness. You know what? Bronze 5 is on Irie, so I like that. I like that. And they're on the same composition. The only thing that's different is they don't have Teamy, which I think that's a little risky. Because if you're behind, Teamy can help you come back with that ultimate, right?
Yeah,
but
because
Mina,
this
Dark
is
Dominion.
This is Polo not as much a shielder, healer, or engager. He's meant to try and isolate targets, act as a pick for Vietnam. If you can maybe try and catch out Neil on the Slims, he can burst him on down. If you can catch out the Flash, but it's Star on Flash, and Star, we've mentioned it before, he is incredibly skilled, and I'm interested how he's going to play this because usually the Flash is banned.
Yeah, definitely, and they have a pretty good combo. I mean, Slims has a stun, that Flying Spear. Right, they have 4 chain CC they can do. On this side, they have a good CC as well. You know, Ari has 2 stuns. Liliana has a Banning Light. Dark Dominion from Mina with a Death Sith pull as well. She can flick her ultimate. We're going to watch for that. Rourke can engage really hard and get on the Slim, because that's the key. See, the thing with Slims is, if Rourke gets on him and activates Determination, he cannot be CC'd when he has Determination up. So Slims can throw a spear in his face and he won't get stunned. He can stick on to Slims. But the issue with Rourke is Tara or Malik are both super tanky. They just have to get in the way, because Rourke's arrows and scatter shot abilities cannot pierce through a hero. So if they stand in the way and body block for Slims, Rourke can get extremely countered with those 2 tanky heroes.
Well, guys, we're going to go ahead, load on in for Game 3, our final game of the series between Chinese Taipei and Vietnam. This would be an upset, to say the least, to start off Chinese Taipei's group stage. For Vietnam, the possibility is there to come out as the first seed out of Group B.
Yeah, we saw Grack come out in boot camp. Everyone like, oh my god, Grack is viable. And now Omega, he didn't even get a buff in June. So let's see if Vietnam can pull off another Omega win. They'll make history if they do this.
Now, interesting enough, Chinese Taipei, this time around, they don't want to go for an invade. Vietnam, where they were considering it, and then they're like, wait, we have a Rourke. If this goes bad, this is not a good idea.
Yeah.
And it's a Grack. Like, we're asking to get killed. So, both teams showing respect. They're not going to go for the play, but Star actually coming on down here pretty early.
Yeah, definitely. Look at wins there. Again, he's constantly winning his lane. You notice wins on Aurum, on Malik. He's constantly out-pushing his opponent and winning the lane, allowing to exert a lot of pressure. They take the Vision Seagull. Let's see if Bronze 5 is going to take the Vision Seagull against this Terra here. And we saw Terra, not a good matchup against Irie. Irie's just...
Wow, Bronze 5. That was a decent chunk of damage
Yeah,
coming
it
on down
was.
from him, from Yuzon. It's got to be a little bit more
nice.
respectful. Gets the stun there. Bronze 5, though, sitting pretty low on his health. It's got to be back offing to the tower. Yuzon, all right, playing aggressive.
That's one thing about Irie that makes her really weak. She has to get a lot of items and a lot of burst damage. She
Early
actually
game,
has
yeah.
one of the lowest health for a hero in the early game, so she's actually really easy to kill. She's
Ooh,
mobile, but the trade-off is her health is not that high.
And he almost had a blind hook into the bush and getting Polo. That would have been quite a way to start things off, but he gets behind Blake in mid lane. Star's also there to cause trouble. They don't get the CC, though, and Benny not going to land the pool once again. A little bit off so far, at least with his aim.
Yeah, one thing about Grak that they change and they buff for him is his Earthquake ability. He slams the ground, it actually silences whoever's caught in that Earthquake for 0.5 seconds. That's a difference between life and death. Again, look at that combo! Oh my goodness!
Polo gets brought on back into the clutches of Chinese Taipei. They're going to go ahead, pick up first blood, and also now start to turn onto the Abyssal Dragon.
And they gotta be careful. Vietnam's gotta be careful. When the dragon is in play, you cannot overextend like that. And honestly, Polo was not in a good position. You want to play safe. You want to get vision. And he was easily pulled. Flicker didn't even save him. And look at that. Another pull.
Benny, he might have missed a couple of the hooks early, but he's starting to land them. That's going to force TF to have to back off. Yamate now underneath his tower, but Chinese Taipei don't even care. Second kill of the game going to Star.
Yeah, they're going to get that tower here, but we're going to look at a quick replay and see how that combo played out there. Look at that pull. That flicker, that flicker comes up, but it's not going to work, and he's dead.
Yeah,
Wow.
Polo, he's going to be biting the dust there. Not feeling too happy about that one. And on top of it, Chinese Taipei find themselves their first tower 3 minutes into the game and already a 1,500 gold lead.
Yeah, and that's the weakness of Mina. Mina needs to engage, and the team needs to follow up for
Bronze
Mina.
5.
But look at that. The ultimate
That's
comes
a
up,
little
gets the stun.
gutsy against
Yeah.
Yuzon because look at that health regeneration.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I mean, the ultimate from Ari Ryu gives her a nice barrier and gives her a speed boost, and it removes any control effects on her. So he knew he's able to run away. Oh, wow, that was close.
Okay.
And again, Mina is a weak to engages. She has to engage. That's her weakness. If she gets engaged upon, no one helps her. She's in trouble.
And on top of that, Polo's been kind of stuck at level 3. He actually doesn't have his ultimate to try and go for a re-engage. The rest of the team is there. Benny, the hooks were on point for a little bit there.
They're just literally passing right past Polo.
Very close.
Polo's like, you hit me once with that double chain, I'm not going to get hit again on it.
He's doing some matrix dodges.
Yeah, he is. He's juking. He's juking left and right.
Oh, that, speaking of jukes, Bronze 5 is able to see that spear, but Neil, he's already level 8 at this point. He's been farming up a storm.
Man, that chain is so scary. It gets so close every time. It's like the heroes, they know the limits of Grak. It's like Benny knows his limits, but his opponents also knows the range and the speed of that hook, and they can just dodge it so perfectly.
Ooh, Blake almost gets caught out there by the spear. I like Bronze 5 here. He's been hiding in this bush in top lane pretty much non-stop. Meanwhile, though, in toward the mid lane, Blake gets stunned up, and he's underneath by the side. Benny misses the World Devourer. Yamate.
That was such a beautiful Fox form there. He dodged the World Devourer. Fox formed out of to safety because if he got locked down, that's a 3-second CC. Man, they're doing such a good job. They're making Benny look bad with these pulls here, with these double chains.
Oh, Star, though, he doesn't care if there's a chain. Goes in with the Cyclone. Is going to go ahead and recall back. That is going to force Vietnam to have to respect him. Blake's a little too low for an engage, and Chinese Taipei could look at this mid lane tower. Polo going to bring in Star underneath the tower. Gets the tower shots on in, but the Flash will survive.
Yeah, definitely. The thing about Flash, they changed him in June, is when he goes in with the first ability with super speed, it can be interrupted. The second way back, it cannot. So that's your chance. If he jumps in there, Mina can literally just taunt him, turn on Dr. Min, and just trap him right there. So he's got to be careful, but Star is playing so slippery on his Flash.
CTF trying to make his way through the jungle. Still, though, a 2,000 gold lead, 5.5 minutes, 1 Abyssal Dragon, 1 tower for Chinese Taipei. Vietnam would like to try and even out a total somewhere along the map. Abyssal Dragon is up. Polo going to bring Benny back in toward the team. The stun's going to land. Star wants to jump on in, decides to back off as Wins joins in on the fight.
Yeah, look at how fed the Slims is right now. Neo has 3K gold.
And gets hooked back in. Neil will find the kill. And that's going to force Vietnam to have to back off. The third kill going to Chinese Taipei. Yamate, he's just going to cut a wave already to try and stop Wins from pushing him bot.
But they're going to go ahead and take this mid tower, and Slims getting ahead is devastating. that combo that they're doing with the spear and the devil's chain is just, that's so much CC.
So far, though, Vietnam have not
Look at
fallen
that
too.
stun. That's like 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous.
Oh my
and the
God.
hooks
Oh
are
my
condemning
goodness. Look at Benny.
Vietnam to their death. Yamate will fall. Neil picks up once again another kill. Polo uses his ultimate. The dive underneath the tower wins maybe a little bit too far.
Ooh.
Blake, he actually went into the spear. Unfortunately, though, for Benny, he was just a little bit out of range.
Yeah, Neo is landing these flying spears
Oh my
so well, but look at
goodness.
the burst. Oh my goodness,
Star
Blake's in trouble.
goes on in, bursts down Blake, and also gonna burst down the tower. Third one of the game for Chinese Taipei, bronze 5.
Oh no.
He's not looking too good right now. Benny predicts his path, gonna bring him on in and devour him away, an ultimate star.
That combo there, the devil's chain and then the flying spear and then the world devourer.
Everything.
Ari's like, oh my god, I can't move, I'm dead. This is the combo we were talking about. Oh my goodness.
And we've seen teams
That's
perform
devastating.
that well and also perform that not so well. We saw Korea do it.
Yeah, that's true.
We saw one time where they performed amazingly and one time where they never hit a spear or a hook. So right
Again,
now,
that Mina pick, I'm telling you, if they
I'm
pick
not a
Thane,
fan of it.
Thane could have saved, Thane can just go in there and push everyone off and just basically push away the crack. And unfortunately, they didn't pick the Thane, but
Oh,
Mina. And when you're
Yamate.
behind, man, Mina is, I don't know what Mina can do when behind. It's really tough. They got to engage decisively as like a 4-man team unit, 4-man rotation or something to get back in the game.
Yamate is just causing havoc in the jungle. Speaking of hooks, Benny gonna try and aim for one himself. And I know we wanted to take another look at a play he made earlier. The tower gonna get disrupted.
Yeah, look at this. He hooks, he predicts the movement to the top, gets the pull, and then look at the flying spear coming right out there. Silences. That earthquake, that 0.5 second silence
Bronze 5.
mean that Bronze 5 could not activate his ultimate to get out of there. I mean, again, mechanically,
Oh my.
mechanical gods with the timing here.
That's the 5th tower of the game for Chinese Taipei. 8 minutes, 7 kills. In Vietnam, this is looking similar to game 1.
2.
Where
I mean, game 2 they were behind, but can they come back, right? But game 1, you're right.
The
They
biggest
were
thing
just
for me
snowballed.
is there's still not an Abyssal Dragon for Vietnam at 8.5 minutes.
Yeah.
They at least had that. They at least had a kill at this point in game 1. This is
Yeah.
looking
Oh
very
my
similar
God, look
to
at that
game
damage.
1. Star looking for the Cyclone, not gonna find it, but Chinese Taipei, they're only caring about the towers at this point. Once again, 7,000 gold ahead.
Yeah, what are they doing right now? They're shutting down Bronze 5. They know that if this guy gets fed, he can carry. Look, he's behind TF. Last game, he was like 3 levels ahead of TF. And they're just completely shutting him down because they know we cannot let this Ari get fed. So we're going to shut down Bronze 5, you know, one of their best players.
Well, that's going to be the Darkslayer actually going in favor of Chinese Taipei. Blake actually did pick up the kill, but they do lose out on the Darkslayer. So a nice call here from Chinese Taipei because they knew Vietnam could not answer this one.
Yeah, definitely. Darkslayer buff is up. They're still ahead.
Yamate.
Yamate's got to be careful here.
Again, he's in between
Benny,
towers.
oh, the prediction. What a great
Again,
move.
gets hooked on in. Star going to be whacking away on top of him.
Oh.
The tower is now not disrupted. Yamate, he's got that speed boost. He can get pretty far away, but Star is going to bring him right back
wow.
on in.
Look at
the
that.
recall, the jukes, Yamate, he escaped
Oh
with
my
his
God,
life.
what a delight
What?
to watch. Omega is just a juke master. Yamate's a juke master there. But, I mean, Crack, Benny's prediction pulls, he's just so cool. I mean, Alice, we saw him with the prediction sunshines, right? This guy also prediction pull. I called him out missing the pulls, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna hit all these pulls next time. So another pull.
Oh my God,
Oh my God.
he gets Polo, but he doesn't have any assistance
Yeah,
just yet.
he's just
Neil
showing off at this
finally
point.
comes in. He actually flickers forward to get the World
Oh.
Devour. TF gets bursted down
Another
and Polo
pull.
gets brought back on in. Benny says, come on over. Get back over here.
I think
oh my
Brock
goodness.
wants Mina to be his girlfriend.
Oh my God!
God!
Are you serious,
Look at
Benny?
that!
What is going on,
Benny,
Yamate?
calm down, man.
And they're just gonna dive underneath the tower. High ground gonna be the target.
Oh my God! Oh, look at that! I thought that pull was gonna land again. Benny, this guy's a monster. And we talked about the impact he has on teaming, on Alice, on any support hero. This guy. Wow.
Oh, they're gonna jump back on in. High ground tower goes down once again.
Oh, TF, bye-bye.
Flash also jumping on in, using the Cyclone, but that's gonna be the series as Chinese Taipei look to finish off Vietnam. They just need to finish off this core. Polo and them keep it alive for just a couple extra seconds. Yamate will be back up, maybe can run a little bit of interference, but that's 3 high ground towers falling. And
Omega You can do
Vietnam
it!
is just running straight toward their death at this point. They want to try and delay. Polo, he realizes, oh guys, this is not where I want to be. This is not where the team wants him because the core is going to get taken down. That's going to be game 3, the series in favor of Chinese Taipei.
Wow, what dominant play by them. The combo, the synergy. This is something this is the first time that Chinese Taipei has played on day 2. Now we have seen a lot of the teams play. They can now do a lot of research, and we saw their full form, but they also showed a few weaknesses in game 2. But this is why they are the championship team from Chinese Taipei here.
Vietnam looking a little bit defeated. They are still in a comfortable position, though, to make it out of the group stage. They were able to take the 2-0 over Indonesia. They were able to take a game here off Chinese Taipei, and that's going to fill them with a little bit of confidence because, you know, they had a shaky start on the day 1.
Yeah, definitely there. Unfortunately, Polo, Mina, didn't work. Every game, Polo just didn't really have a big of impact. We know how good he is. You know, his teammate in game 2 was so behind, and then they came back, and now his Mina just didn't do much in game 3. But well played, both teams. They definitely gave us a fun best-of-3 series here. But look at that, Benny. Benny, 10 assists, 0 deaths. This guy landed so many of his abilities, especially in that mid to late game phase there. Those pulls were just clutch.
I want to see a hook counter next time we see Benny taking out the Grack.
What, he did 11%. How does the support do 11% damage?
As a Grack?
Oh my god,
impressive.
TF! What happened? 5% damage.
So this time around, he didn't get shut down, but he never had the opportunity to join in on a fight because a lot of the time,
did more damage than him.
A lot of the time, Chinese Taipei would pick off a member of Vietnam, and if you're TF, you can't go in on an uneven fight. It won't pay off. And let's take a look at the story of Game 3.
That pull was insane. She did not flicker in time. I wish Polo flickered a little sooner. Didn't flicker in time. Look at that.
Make it 2, Cal. I want to see how many hooks in these highlights.
That pull and that earthquake silence is just devastating because the pull already disables you for 1.6 seconds, and then the earthquake silences you for 0.5 seconds, and he can just activate his words as Valor. That's like a 3-second CC. You add that up, that's like 5 seconds of CC. This is why Grack is in the meta now.
3 hooks in the highlights so far. He's 3 for 4.
Oh my goodness.
You got to see the rest of the team make it 4 for 5.
Get in my belly.
He's just making a montage reel so far.
And he missed his pull here.
Yeah, you know what? We'll ignore that one. The performance was amazing so far from Benny, and a great performance overall by Chinese Taipei. Unfortunately, not able to make it a 2-0 series, but they were able to finish it off nonetheless.
I gotta give it to Vietnam though. I mean, they played Omen 2 games. It wasn't a gimmicky pick. They had a strategy. It worked out for them in game 2. In game 3, just a little rough.
I think it was the Omega. I think you
Omega,
just said
sorry, Omega.
I know. We don't see
they
Omega.
Both have O's.
They got OME. Either way, we're going to go ahead. You get to take another look at the stats. Chinese Taipei, 11 minutes, 25 seconds, your game time. And they're able to pick up a victory. And speaking of victories, Matt, going to go ahead and get us a quick interview with one of the players.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, Uzong's with me here. Chinese Taipei are with us, aren't they, on day 2. First game we've seen from them here at the World Cup. Huge performance from you guys. Perhaps a bit of a surprise to many. We knew Chinese Taipei were good. Vietnam showed us that they had really good strength yesterday, and then they did take a round off of Chinese Taipei today. So could you ask him how he's feeling after that win and whether it was more difficult than he expected?
你们今天打越南的时候，第2场你们输了吗？那你们有什么样的感觉？就是有没有期待说越南有这么强，或者是之后有什么样的感想？
他们第2场用了我们没有看过的战术，对，然后被他们的欧米加有点乱到，拖到节奏，然后导致我们没办法一路顺过去的时候就会被压过来了，因为他们的角色打团比较强。
They said they were disrupted by the Omega strategy because they didn't see that before, and so later on they will do a better job to help to cope with that difficulty.
How has preparation gone for this World Cup? Have they spent a lot of time looking at what their opposition might do?
你们准备这次 AWC 有做什么样的就是准备工作吗？
我们还有多练了很多支新的角色，就是近期期待。
So they've been practicing a lot of different heroes, trying to master more, and he says that you can look forward to seeing them in the future matches.
We will look forward to seeing you in the future matches. It's good to have Chinese Taipei back on a stage as well. It's been a long time since the international. Are they excited about maybe making it all the way to the grand final?
你们对于会前进到第2周，就是最后周的赛事，会觉得兴奋吗？或者是期待怎么样的？
就是尽一切努力，就是会期待啊，会期待。
Yeah, he's very anticipating the last match, and he'll do his best.
Of course he will. Chinese Taipei getting the job done in their first game. Congratulations again. Can they make it all the way to the grand final? Well, we have got a lot of Arena of Valor before we get to that, but that's a really good showing from Chinese Taipei and Group B.